Gentlemen, today's video topic is going to be all about signature scents. I know that a lot of you guys want a fragrance that can do it all every single day, any occasion, any season. So I'm going to show you 7 fragrances that I believe can do it all. Let's not waste any more time and let's begin. I'm going to start from lowest to highest men's improvement rating, but regardless of that, every single fragrance on this list smells incredible. I'm going to start with the first fragrance being Givenchy Gentleman EDP. In my opinion, this is a very underrated fragrance that is not talked about enough. This fragrance is going to be airy, floral, sweet, buttery, and powdery. This takes orris/iris in a very floral, airy direction with lavender and bergamot at the top, giving it a very mass appealing, easy to wear type of scent to it, and rounds it off in the base with vanilla, giving it a sweet tinge to it that really is compliment pulling, alluring, and interesting. This is a very easy to wear iris fragrance that still has some character but is very compliment pulling and very easy to like. I have gotten a great amount of compliments with this, and longevity wise I get between 6 to 8 hours with moderate projection that is very good in the first half an hour to an hour, where you're going to get the majority of compliments from this fragrance. In my opinion, Givenchy Gentleman EDP deserves an 8.2 out of 10 men's improvement rating. Check this stuff out. This is a very underrated fragrance for sure. The second fragrance is a community favorite for some, and that is Bleu De Chanel EDP by Armaf, and this is the Eau de Parfum version. You can get this 200 ml bottle of the Eau de Parfum for a very affordable price, and this is a clone of Gris Dior. This is pungent, strong, compliment pulling, easy to wear, dense and juicy. A lot of citruses including pineapple at the top, really giving it a juicy, citrusy form of an opening, which is very pungent and strong, with birch in the mid, giving it a smoky, woody character. I get 10 to 12 hours of performance with this version, and the more I have had it in my collection, the more I appreciate it and enjoy it. This is a compliment monster and very versatile. You can wear this every single day. Bleu De Chanel EDP, in my case the Eau de Parfum, really is a no-brainer. I have rated this fragrance an 8.5 out of 10 men's improvement rating. Check it out if you haven't already. The third fragrance is also a no-brainer, and I bet that you either own this fragrance or have considered getting it yourself. I'm talking about Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum. This fragrance is what you would consider a blue fragrance that smells of a high-end shower gel, but in order to go in depth with the scent profile, get this very fresh, clean, easy to wear type of scent that has some citruses and fresh spices throughout the fragrance, with a very smoky, almost woody, dark base that overall becomes this very pleasant, sensual, and overall compliment pulling DNA that is simply unbeatable in my personal opinion. This is one of the easiest fragrances to wear for any man out there. On my skin I get around 8 to 10 hours of performance with moderate projection that I typically get anosmic to, but other people can smell on and off sometimes. I really love this fragrance here because it is such a pleasant fragrance to wear in my personal opinion. I have rated Bleu De Chanel Eau de Parfum an 8.8 out of 10 men's improvement rating. The fourth fragrance is also an easy wear that is such a pleasant fragrance, and that is Prada L'Homme. I have emptied my bottle a few months ago, but I still think it's a fragrance that I need to mention in this video. This is one of, if not the best soapy fragrance on the entire fragrance market. This smells of a fresh bubble bath, and it's such a pleasant fragrance. You can wear this every single day, any occasion, any season, and you will not offend anyone. For a man to wear this is very sophisticated, elegant, and timeless. This has some neroli and fresh spices with a powdery iris in the middle, really giving it a powdery soapiness that is irresistible sometimes. Of course, this is not going to be a super strong fragrance. It lasts around 6 to 8 hours on my skin with a very mild projection that can sometimes be picked up by people, but this is one of the most timeless fragrances you will ever pick up. I have also given Prada L'Homme an 8.8 out of 10 men's improvement rating. Such a timeless, amazing fragrance right here. On the 5th spot, we're going slightly up in price, but also in quality. I am going to mention Tom Ford Fougère d'Argent. This is one of the very best fougere fragrances that really smells like a high-end shaving cream. This is one of the best masculine-leaning fragrances from the Tom Ford line. This has unfortunately been discontinued, but it's still fairly available around different places, boutiques and websites. This is super well blended, elegant, sophisticated, timeless, masculine fragrance that is really easy to pull off for a lot of guys out there. This gives off 8 to 10 hours of longevity on my skin with a very moderate projection. This is truly one of the most elegant masculine fragrances from the entire Tom Ford private blend line, and I will give Fougère d'Argent a 9.4 out of 10 men's improvement rating. Check it out if you haven't already, or if you can, because this is such an incredible fragrance and one of the very best fougere fragrances out there. The 6th fragrance on this list I have made a review of, which a lot of you guys seem to enjoy, and that is Terence Hughes Supernova. Imagine Creed Aventus, but removing birch and other smoky woody nuances and really amping up the oak moss in the base to the maximum level. This is such a fresh citrus bomb that is super strong and simply also a compliment puller that can be worn for any occasion every single day, just like the other fragrances, but this is going to be by far the highest concentrated fragrance with a whopping 40% of oil concentration. Also, this is going to be one of the cheapest fragrances on the list as well. If you're interested about this fragrance and want to know more in specifics, check out my latest video about it, which is a review of the fragrance. I think Terence Hughes Supernova is an incredible fragrance. I have given it a 9.5 out of 10 men's improvement rating. The 7th and last fragrance on this list is going to be the most expensive one and also the most unique one on the list, and I'm going to go to the house of Dior with Gris Dior. This is going to be a fresh rose fragrance that has almost a gloomy and foggy quality to it that smells and feels very velvet-like and overall very smooth, fresh and clean. This is one of the very best fragrances that you will find from the line that is very unique but also super versatile and, in my opinion, very unisex to wear. This lasts 10 to 12 hours on my skin with moderate projection that feels slightly more close to the skin, but people will definitely pick up on this at some point throughout the day. This is one of the best fresh fragrances that you can find that incorporates rose in it, that feels in a very unique way. I can't mention a lot of fragrances that are fresh and clean, that have rose in it, that smells very foggy and gloomy, but at the same time have a very alluring nature to it. I have also rated Gris Dior a 9.5 out of 10 men's improvement rating, and if you want to know more about this fragrance, then check out my top 21 Dior private blend buying guide. It's one of my very best videos and I think you'll enjoy that one quite a lot. Gentlemen, this was my video about 7 signature scent worthy fragrances. Do you like some of them? Do you dislike some? Do you have some suggestions about some other fragrances that you think are signature scent worthy? Comment your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would be more than pleased to see your thoughts down there. And if you enjoyed this video, gentlemen, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the Men's Improvement YouTube channel for more videos about fragrances, grooming, style, fashion, skincare, fitness, watches, lifestyle, everything that will make you, gentlemen, the best possible versions of yourselves. The last few things I want to ask you, gentlemen, is to smile more because it's free, and I want you to watch these 2 videos right here. This one here below is going to be my latest upload, whereas this one up here is going to be a video that the YouTube algorithm thinks you will enjoy.